I'm Gaz, and this is Let's Quickly Play Ukhar, I don't know how to pronounce that, but this is a top-down action game, kind of similar to Zelda A Link to the Past, is what it really reminds me of. It's a simple little game that I haven't really delved too far into, but it definitely still needs some work. This is part of my 12 days of quick plays. This is day number 3. I'm not really sure where this game came from. I'm pretty sure it must have been given to me as a review copy at some point. But anyway, let's just jump in. Now, it does have joypad controls as well as keyboard. I would recommend the gamepad because there are more issues with the keyboard than there are with the gamepad, although there are issues both ways. I'll just get my mouse out of there, and there's this story about how I'm chosen or something. Somebody needs me, and I wake up in a dungeon. The pixel art here is not too bad. I find that the characters, as we saw there, the faux anime pixelated characters, it's a little bit jarring and unnecessary. But I do like how the level design is laid out. This, for example, down here on the ground, explains to you how to play. I was thinking maybe I was going to get a bug a little bit later. But no, I've already found the bug. So this bug is, well, breaking. If you get close to a wall or something and then try to perform an action, you somehow teleport into the wall or off the camera or whatever. Sometimes I can teleport myself back in, but now I appear to just be out of the game world. So let's see if maybe we can return to the title screen, and we will just try again. Okay. Yeah, so major problem, and I think a large part of that just comes with the actual controls themselves. As I was saying, it's nice to have the control schemes laid out here, so you don't have the heavy-handed tutorial. Now there are traps along the wall there, so we just roll to get out of them. But the controls have to work, and they just don't. So as you see here, there are many different attack options from a single button, which is kind of nice, but this is why I recommend using a gamepad and not a keyboard, because you can hold to charge an attack, but if you use a keyboard, this guy faces, I'm pretty sure, faces to the right every time. So you end up basically backing into enemies, and as you can see there, he does actually have an arc where he attacks with this. It's not an all-around spin around, so if all you can do for a charge attack is just constantly aim to the right, that's a bit of an issue. But it does kind of have an extra added control where you can roll and do an overhead strike, which is kind of neat, I guess. So we'll just go through this dungeon, try not to glitch through the walls too many times. Let's actually see. Oh! Now see, there's a really bad one. That one actually teleported me across the map. Usually, I have found that it only teleports me a little bit further back. Now, obviously, this is game breaking to the point where I'm now stuck in. I've managed to glitch again, but now I'm stuck in between gates. Okay, let's try. Oh wait! There's another option here. Retry. Okay. Oh my god, that time I wasn't anywhere near the wall. I don't know what engine this game is made with, or if it is coded from scratch, but there is clearly something in the collision detection that is a major issue. Alright. Now even there I was just in the middle of a damn room and I teleported. Okay. Well, so I don't waste too much more time, I'm not going to display that glaring flaw anymore, if I can help it. You can kind of see, though, that it does carry over, the collision thing does carry over to these puzzles where you push things. It is kind of an interesting thing. I'm not sure I want to get off of that. But if you are moving along and you're on a corner of this, and you kind of go up or down, you sort of drag it with you. And since there is no dedicated pulling of objects, that's just telling me I need to find a lever to open the door. I'm guessing that's really the only way to get out of the puzzles. Now, obviously that does create a little bit of an issue if you get stuck into a corner, but that is why, I'll come back in here, that is why they put in that hourglass, so you can reset the puzzle. I find that to be a ham-fisted way of doing it. Like I say, you could just use pull as a mechanic to pull it back out of a corner. That is apparently not something they decided to add. It is a very basic game. Like I said, though, I've not gotten much further beyond something like this, where you're just going through floor after floor of the dungeons. I do not need any food because that recovers health, because of course it always does. I just went... oh my god. Okay, that one was not intentional, and I cannot seem to find my way back in. Let's see if I can come around, hit on a doorway maybe. If I can get myself back in one of these doorways. There we go. Jeez. So you have to be very careful. Maybe I'm just hitting too much, but that's not an excuse for that even happening, of course. But even despite all that, it's still better to be using a gamepad, because stuff like that happens a lot more frequently than even just with a keyboard, as I have stated. So here I'll try and demonstrate, I guess this one. You know, if I'm pushing and then I drag it down just a little bit, it comes with me. Which it actually does kind of help out with some later puzzles, but it can also be your doom. Did I not get a torch for before? I'm not even really sure where the torch is useful. Just go breaking blocks because we have to. And I must have killed all of the snakes. That's good. So, see, now I am... that's how you get it off the wall, because I am getting a little too close to that wall there. But I just dragged it with me. Fortunately, you do not have to get it perfectly centered, so that's a good way to compensate for that. But that is a feeling that I get for the quick way of fixing all this, is that they just decided to make those sorts of compromises, you know, like being able to push it off a wall, or just this very out-of-place hourglass to reset puzzles just in case you get locked into a corner. On the one hand, it is nice, because you can completely screw up a puzzle, and I believe in Zelda the way to fix that is to just go in and out of a room. And I'm sure that the puzzles get a little bit more complicated over time. This is a hall of traps. Now this is not the entire control scheme. Let's see if I can do a double roll here. Oh no! That is not what I meant to do. Okay, this is actually more frequent than I've encountered before, and it's actually... I don't think I can do it. So let's retry. Let's see how far back this sends me. Oh good, just here, just to the checkpoint. That's good, get him in there. Okay. Now I don't know how far along in development this game is, how many updates it's given or anything like that, but definitely that right there needs to be addressed more than anything. This seems like a trap. Alright. Obviously I've got to get myself out of here. So I'm going to drag that to the wall as far as possible. Okay. Now, which way do I want to go? Ah. Okay. That brought me that way. And now we have a new enemy type. The fact that you can't actually attack it until it's out of the ground, though, is rather annoying. Eventually, and it's possible I'll still be able to do it in this dungeon, I should get my hands on a new weapon. Saw that one coming a mile away. Got myself locked in the wrong direction there. Oh. Traps on the wall I was not paying attention to. Okay. Well, I probably want to get one of these, so I'll grab that. And sure, why not grab both these keys too? I don't know why it's necessary to talk to him if that's all he's going to say. So I have a key that can go in here. I'm not sure why I want to waste a key on this room. Ah, that would be why. Opens a door. Did it open a shortcut to there, or is it just a door? It looks like it's just a door. Ah, I see by the markings on the floor there that that must be the room. But before we go up there, though, let's come back over here. See if I... No, I don't think I want to keep going this way. Mostly because that looks like the end of the level, and I want to make sure I'm getting everything. So, come back in here. Be sure not to hit the wall. There's that key. Shoot or throw. Okay, except... Ah, I have to go pick it up. Ow. Okay, so X... That is the wrong button. It shows 0. Do I not have ammo for this? Yeah, let's hold off. And along the way, as I'm breaking things, I must be getting food, because my health does keep going back up, but I do not believe that it regenerates. So there must be... Yeah, I'm completely out of axes. Why would they give me that, but no ammo for it? See, because... Ooh, that was a new thing. I didn't know you could roll and push. Interesting. But that ammo would come in awful darn handy for killing those guys, because I do believe I can use that. Not necessarily to go through walls, but in a situation like this, you can see I can actually just hit them on a diagonal. Oh, and he can shoot through walls, so maybe I can shoot through walls with it. Definitely do not want to be standing there, because that guy does a hell of a lot of damage. Alright, there's some axes. I'm going to want to come through here, I guess. I'm going to want to not be right next to those damn... Okay, well, let's demonstrate this. Did that Are you freaking kidding me? What the hell? Okay. This is not a good time. I actually think I'm going to die here. I am getting a little impatient. I'm glad I triggered that already, though. Okay. Well, we're outside the walls again. What the hell? That one teleported me across the room. Okay, well, I think I've given enough of an exposure to this game. I mean, I like the idea, I appreciate the idea. I swear, does that music sound familiar to you? You might not hear it without headphones. I did kind of turn it down. It definitely feels like it's from another game. Anyway, yeah, this game really needs some work. I mean, how this has not happened. How many times has it happened to me just in this video? How this has not happened for playtesting or anyone else to bring it to the developer's attention and have it fixed? I don't get that. Or maybe it's just one of those things where they can't figure that out and it's just been left. But you definitely can't leave it. I mean, this is not something you can just leave. So anyway, Ukhar, Ukhar, whatever it is, yeah, I definitely can't recommend it in its current state. And when you come back to the title screen, apparently the music does not re-loop. But the potential for this game is there. I can see it. I mean, you know, it takes away, or rather I should say simplifies the formula for these types of games. It's not as hectic as, say, Gauntlet, and I definitely don't think that it's even a roguelike game in that there's no generation. I'm pretty sure those levels are all the same. So, you know, aside from the control scheme, this game probably also needs some extra content aside from just going through floor after floor after floor. Obviously, I didn't get very far, and it's probably as far as I've gotten in previous tests of this game. So I don't know what's down the road. I don't know. I can only imagine that the setting would change out of the dungeon to something else. That I'm interested to see what the boss is. I would imagine there would have to be a boss to this. But again, like, I struggled to get there just from that glitch alone. So maybe, if this ever gets updated, and I don't know if it does, I'll probably have to look at the store and see if it's update history, but it might be worth checking out after a lot more polish. But right now, it's just, it's a game I'm glad I got for free. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next Let's Play.